Hey, I'm Andy Aledort, and in this edition of In Deep, we're going to be looking at Jimi Hendrix, rhythm guitar player. We're going to be examining the transcription of the live Little Wing from Albert Hall that's in this issue, as well as a variety of other rhythm guitar techniques associated with Jimi Hendrix. Here we go. All right, Jimi starts with a very unusual figure. Some people call it a double octave. I have my thumb, 12th fret of the low E, and I'm barring across the top 2 with the ring. And then I'm muting the other string so I could go, and on that upstroke, get all 3 notes to ring without the other strings ringing. Then just a dead string hit, move up to 12th fret. So right there, what I'm doing is I'm barring across the 12th fret of the D and the G after a hammer 12, 14 on the A, then a hammer 12, 14 on the D. And then you move that hammer back over. And then we're going to go into a G major chord, fretted the way Jimi likes to, thumb in the bass, just like that. And this little quick hammer with the pinky up to the 4th, from the 4th to the 5th fret on the G string. And then after that, these little pull-offs from 5 to 3 while you're holding the chord for them. And then the third one is like a quick hammer pull. And this little brief open E as a way to go from G to A minor. So like this. Very subtle. And then right here on the A minor, you have, again, these quick hammer pulls. And then hammers while you're barring across pairs of strings. So A minor is fretted like this. And we're going to go right away that quick hammer pull, 5, 7, 5. And I'm using my index and pinky, but you could use your index and ring if you prefer. And then this lick here back on E minor is very interesting. He goes into an E minor 7 shape here. But he takes his ring finger off, so he's just got that bar. It's a like E minor 7 sus4 sound. And he uses that, just kind of bounces off that A note while barring with the index finger. It's chord melody, so what the style entails is a combination of playing little melodic lines while you're letting the strings ring into each other, so you're getting the effect of these small chord voicings, little 2-note sounds with a melody. And then right here, this goes to B minor, so you're going to grab the B with the thumb, and another. So I go right into that B minor form, and just kind of arpeggiating the chord, meaning picking the strings individually. Little brief stop on B flat major, A minor. So right here, you have to, while I'm holding these 2 notes, I'm going to hammer up with the pinky to the 9th fret of the D, back to these 2 and these 2. But what Jimmy actually does on this particular recording that makes it different from the studio record is he goes, he actually bars there. So I don't know if it's intentional. It's a very slight difference. And then to go into the C chord, you pick the open A and hammer onto the 3rd fret. And you're going to arpeggiate again, pick the notes of this C bar chord individually. And when you get up to the B string, you're going to do a hammer pull with the pinkie. And he does this really nice C with an E bass by sliding into it. So that's part of that Hendrix sound, is that combining of sliding around in these little melodic things that sound like a solo. But those bars with his index finger most of the time keep the strings ringing into each other. Then we're going to get to G. And this is a real famous part of the song. So we've got G sus2 or G add 9. Either way, you could play your full G like that with the pinkie on top, which makes it add 9. And I actually think he does have that note in there for a split second. It sounds a little wrong. Most of the time he would leave the G string out entirely and mute it. That. But either way, the thing that makes it work though is you have to go. I'm combining where I'm going to slide with an alternating picking to get the bass note in there. So slide up, slide back, pick the bass note, hit the chord, slide back and hit the bass note again. So it sounds really nice the way it all rolls together. And then he does another slide up to get into the C chord. And he just plays the C normal like a C. And you can play the D like this, or you could play a first position D. So it would be something nice about the sound of that open D, or you could play it like that, because the next riff is played up in that position. So that last riff of the intro, right here, I'm barring across 7th fret of the D and G, hammer, and then take it off, so that's up to the 9th fret of the D. And then I'm going to land on 10th fret of the A, and then back to that barring sound, 7th fret of the A and the D. And he does a little quick, instead of just hammering back to it, he goes, comes off it again.